morning and welcome to Morning Coach. Today, I am so glad you're with us. Hey, it's JB. Super pumped you're here. It's a week of June 30th. It's Monday, ready to go. 4th of July week, which is a big week for us here in outside Chicago. Even in Florida, when I'm in Florida for this time of year, or even in Columbia when I'm there, 4th of July is just a fun time. It's the summer. And I just from when I grew up, I know we're all over the world, it's not summer everywhere, but the energy is summer. And I want to send you that energy today as we get into this. We've got some really cool things going on. Obviously, before we get started, do your morning ritual, your morning routine, take some time for self-care. You're here listening to Coach Cast, you're already doing that. That's fantastic. And then stay organized, using the tools that you use. We provide, obviously, the planning system. We talk about the 7 Ps a lot, which is really getting the right perspective and having the right priorities. And then being clear, with your mission and vision and building around that, which is such a critical component of what we do. And again, check the news area because.io and the things that we're building. There's a lot going on, but I don't want to take time away from what we're doing here. So just make sure you're on the site, you're checking the news, you're checking the community. Kari's there, our support group's there. And just a real quick note, make sure you white label your email from support@morningcoach.com. And if you get any weird emails from us, just let us know. Tracy is at info@morningcoach.com. We got 2 support people that are really amazing. They're trying to make sure that you're only getting what you should be getting, right? So we have a new survey that you fill out when you join, or if you've been with us, and we've literally built 2 systems that are just for you, like for members. So you should not be getting anything that you shouldn't, you should be getting what you need from us. And if you're not getting stuff, let us know. And again, support@morningcoach.com is our member direct email. So I'll just leave that with you so you have that, and then white label that email so that we can communicate back and forth via email and make sure you're getting what you need. Again, 4th of July week, I love this week. It's about energy. It's always been my favorite time growing up in Indiana. We had that, the fireworks and the parade, and I'm now running a lot, as you know. You get to hear about it all the time. But what really started all of this was the 4th of July 5K. And the only thing that I really ever ran in my life was the 4th of July 5K. And I used to do about 25 minutes, 24 minutes. Now, this year, the goal this Friday is to break 20 minutes and do 6:30s, 620 miles, depending on the heat. It's just going to be tough. I've been doing a lot of zone 2 training in the heat, trying to get my body ready, but it's really hard to hold your heart rate down. I'm starting to understand why elite runners like 40-degree weather, and they like to run in April in Boston, and other big events is to stay out of the heat. I personally like the heat, but it is difficult on your body. It's just difficult to hydrate. It's difficult to be a peak performer. Again, remember what I talk about in ILD? And by the way, make sure you're looking at some of those ILD lessons. I'm putting some bangers up there that are just amazing. The on-list, off-list is really important. The feedback loop, those things are invaluable if you get those things. But again, I always talk about learning the language, right? And that's something I couldn't have a discussion with a marathoner or somebody that's an endurance athlete, especially a professional endurance athlete, that I can have a discussion now because I've trained, qualified for Boston, and now I'm at that level. It just opens up a whole new world to me. Okay, and again, on list, off list, feedback loop, that stuff. If you're into ILD, if you're not, it's cool. Like, people are here for all different reasons. But if you are, check out that area, okay? And again, if you don't know where that is, when you go into morningcoach.com, okay, you're the up by the logo is all the independent areas. We're really working hard, just in case you're brand new. We've got some new people, even though we've closed. Just so you know, we're closed to the public. We are invite only, so there are a few people that have been able to join through invitation. And if you're having any issues, just let us know. But if you look up at that logo, that's where you're going to go in each independent area. I think Chris asked up in the community, and you can always ask in the community. Kari's there, by the way. She is located in Japan. So she usually comes in at 7 Eastern or 6 Eastern, I believe, and leaves about 3 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. So she's typically around at the night. And then Tracy's actually in the Philippines, and she comes in a little bit a different time. I think about 3, I would say about 3 in the morning Eastern, and stays to about 10 in the morning Eastern. So we've got support constantly there, but just give us some time if you're looking for something. But you can post in the community. We're checking everything and keeping track of all that stuff. Okay, so just getting into content this week, we're going to talk about summer and building and family organization today. I want to go over that. Tomorrow, we're not going to start the book study. I'm giving you a break this week from the new book. I'll do that next week. But we're going to talk about how to get the most out of reading nonfiction. So it's actually going to be a lesson day this Tuesday, and then I will announce the book for July next week. We've got kind of an open week this week. That's what's cool with it, starting on June 30th. Wednesday, we've got taking time to enjoy the process. We're going to have a deeper day, metaphysical, talk about some things there. On Thursday, we're going to talk about, I've got the question. I get this all the time, so I like to answer it every once in a while. About quarter, I'll talk to you about what should you focus on. And I'm going to give you some tips on that, okay? So that's a big one on Thursday. Friday is 4th of July celebration. I will be here, probably talk a little bit about the history of the 4th of July, but we'll be celebrating that, and I'll be enjoying some time. Obviously, Saturday is Dr. Paul and the longevity series. Hopefully you're enjoying that. Again, deeper information, really great information from Dr. Paul. We do that on Saturdays and Sundays, slowing it down. We're really working hard to slow it down. I mean, it's already the 4th of July this week. It's pretty crazy how fast time's going. But we do want to slow it down and enjoy this process, right? Let's enjoy what we're doing here together, especially as we're moving forward. And, every year I run my local 4th of July. I told you I run the 5K in the morning of the 4th. It's become a tradition. But it's not just about the run. It's the energy. The parade floats are out. The kids line the streets with flags, and families gather like clockwork. It's really cool. There's something magical about the simplicity of it all. No big city productions, just heart. It's been a part of my life for a long time. And one year, I sat on that curb after my race, legs burning a little bit, and I watched a little boy salute every veteran who walked by. And that moment hit me. Freedom isn't abstract, it's personal. And it lives in these small, powerful traditions, right? So this week, as we build and organize, remember, we're not just chasing productivity. We're making space to enjoy life, honor freedom, and be present with the people we love. Really important we get that. And, one of the big things that I think is different about Morning Coach that you're going to get is it's about lifestyle. I really want you to live your best life. And that doesn't always mean being productive. That doesn't always mean making money. That doesn't always mean being driven. Sometimes we got to step back and really look at our life as a whole and figure out what we're doing. And that's one of the things I'm building with the software is to really get clear. Like, I want to help you get clear and then show you what you need to focus on every day. And we've got the systems. I teach it, but now we're actually literally building a software to bring that together, which is really cool. And it's really about the energy. It really is. And freedom isn't abstract. It's personal. Like, all these things are so personal. It's almost like your faith, your spirituality. It's a personal journey. But we've got to step back and go, okay, here I am in my life. This is what's happening, and I want to make some changes. Or maybe it's fantastic and it's good. I want to keep the status quo, right? We got to look at that and go, okay, what's working is not, what isn't working, and then optimize. I love that word. I like evolution because I really believe we're evolving as a conscious being, but I also like the optimization aspect of life. Why would you never stop optimizing, right? It's just fun. Like, ILD is not about retirement. Morning Coach is not really about retirement unless you're leaving a job you don't love, but there's no reason you can't contribute and still live a great life. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that's listening that just wants to put a muumuu on and move to India, right? Or even worse, just get a lake house and just sit on the lake all day. I mean, maybe somebody would like that. To me, that would drive me crazy. I do it. I go out there in the pontoon and, with my mom. But at the end of the day, I want to contribute, right? Don't you want to do something for those around you and the people that are in your life and your children and your grandchildren? That's what we're doing here at Morning Coach. If somebody just wants to retire, like my grandpa, who I love to death, nicest guy in the world, and sit in his lazy chair, we call it the lazy chair, and drink Pabst Blue Ribbon all day. That's what he did. After he retired, he'd just sit there and watch people. Hey, God bless you. Probably Morning Coach isn't the best place for you. right? And I'm going to love you, but we're here to contribute. We're here to really look at how we can make a difference in the world. What can we leave? What footprints can we leave? And how can we do that? And we do that by just living our best life, right? Looking at things that are going on and then living our best life. And so it's a new week, June 30th, the halfway mark of the year, and it's time to build momentum while still enjoying the summer season, right? So today we're organizing our week with intention, family, fun, flow. So let's bring some structure into this season. Let's think about this a little bit. It is a due month in PDCA. So for those of you that are brand new, you're going to hear about get it done now and PDCA a lot. And we usually plan in December, and then we work through the process of the year. And we're in a due month, meaning this is the due month. Time to execute. We plan, we checked it, and now we take an aligned, focus action. So we want to make sure we're doing things that are going to make this summer great. So again, here's our 4 legs of our table that we talk about so much. Mission and vision. Are you living in line with your purpose? What do you want to do, and who do you want to become? We need that clarity because it's what's going to determine the priority, step 2 in our morning ritual. So we got to get clear about that. Again, check the news area. There are some tools coming to help you if you're struggling with that. Team, who's around you? Family, friends, partner, our community. The people here, Kari, Tracy, me, and then obviously all of our wonderful people. Jurgen's here's a black belt. Karen's a black belt. We got Dr. Paul, Roxanne, who does executive coaching, John, who comes in from consulting. We've got wonderful community members that just contribute. Nicole, that just, people that are just here to give. Lori, who does her social media and does some meetups. We're here to support you. That's what the team's about. And you're part of it. You want to support others? Jump in the community once in a while. Say hello. It'd be great to have you. And then that brings us to communication. Are you being clear and open in all directions? How good are you at communicating? And I think not only with yourself, right? With others, with everybody. This communication is such an important part. It's a leg of the table. I believe it's one of the most important things, that we're really clear about the things we're doing and we're able to communicate what we're trying to get done, whether we're a leader or we're trying to communicate with ourselves. Like, what are you really trying to do? And sometimes there's some confusion there. And then there's a commitment to improvement. Don't coast, grow daily. That's what we're about here at Morning Coach. And so once you have that mission and vision, that's a leg. You've got a team to support you. You've got your communication dialed in, and your commitment to improvement is there. You've got a solid table of growth. It's awesome that you got 4 legs that are going to hold you together, right? It's a really good table there. So what makes a great summer? Not just vacations, but clarity, connections, and creative time. I really believe summer is for building. Like I said, we're closed, and we may stay closed, by the way, just so you know. It may be an invite only from here into the future. It's just the way I feel. We'll see, but that's where I'm building, I'm getting clear, I'm connecting, and I'm really finding some creative time. So here are some tips for a great summer week. Okay, this is for this week. A couple tips that you can use if you're taking notes. Choose one thing you can organize today to reduce stress all week. What is one thing? There's one thing. Remember, I love the idea of 1% improvement. It just works, right? Have a daily joy moment planned with your family or solo. What can you do that's going to bring a little joy in your life? And review your sacred 6. Are your projects aligned with how you want to feel this season? So where are we at? What projects are you working on? Remember, in the big picture of things, we have a mission and vision, and then the goals to hit that mission and vision. Right? Then the projects hit the goals, and then there's tasks within those projects. The breakdown happens because we have too many projects going on at any given time. You can have as many goals as you want. People always ask, man, is it only 6 goals? No, you can have as many goals as you want. Our new software picks 3, right? It looks at your mission vision, goes, okay, these are the 3 main ones, and then it says, here's the projects that you need to work on, and here's the tasks within the projects. But you can do this yourself. That's what's beautiful, but we are bringing some tools to help you. But it's like, be careful with scope creep. Be careful with doing too many things. That's where the clarity comes in and the prioritization. Really important. Use mornings for creation, afternoons for connection. Learn that from Rich Relationships. Great way to get going in the morning is to create, do things, and in the afternoon, get a hold of people, talk to people, things you need to do. Stay light, drop what's not urgent, not aligned. Become lean. Really important you get rid of the clutter. The nature abhors a vacuum. Just let things go this summer. Maybe you need to do a garage sale. That's a big thing in my hometown, right? A lot of people are doing garage sales. Let go of things you don't need. Donate. Allow new things to happen. So if you're journaling today with me, here's your journal prop. What is one thing I can do today to make this week feel joyful and productive? What is one thing, okay? And our quote of the day is organizing is what you do before you do something so that when you do it, it is not all mixed up. A.A. Milani. So organize what you do before you do something so that what you do and when you do it, it's not all mixed up. Very simple stuff. That's what we're doing here at Morning Coach, keeping it simple, keeping it organized. So again, we're going to talk about this Thursday, but just get up in the morning, take some time for self-care, listen to CoachCast. I'm going to give you some ideas. You don't have to do everything every day. You don't have to journal prompt. You don't have to do, the tips we do. But you just, things that you can do, you do, right? And then you focus on your mission and vision. And if the things I'm telling you fit in there, that's what we focus on, okay? And it really will work. And you just prioritize and have some fun doing this. Enjoy the process because this is about your growth and about you living your best life. And it should be fun. This energy should be great. And it's a do month, so just do things. There is no perfection in life, right? There is no perfection. Just get out there, have some fun, learn, do things, and watch where we end up together. Okay? Awesome. All right, tomorrow we're going to talk about understanding books a little bit and how can you get the most out of reading. So a little different, but I want to give you some tips. 8 tips to mastering nonfiction tomorrow, which is really good. But today, go enjoy it. Have some fun. Let's get ready for a great 4th of July week. And I'll be back with you right here tomorrow on MorningCoach.